Critical Affection, where we affectionately criticize the pop culture that we love. And today, we lost Brian. Amanda, I don't know where he went. Do you know where he went? Because we lost him. It's just me and Amanda hosting today. And I feel like Steph and Matt, you guys are just like honorary co-hosts at this point. You guys are here.
That's fine with me.
Very often.
We've been on enough times.
And that's cool. Yeah, that's fine with me. We always have good fun when we're here. We always have a good time.
We do.
And
we do.
We are talking about Back to the Future, which honestly, until I had to like actually analyze the movie for this show, I never really appreciated the weirdness that it is. It is I love the movie. It is a very weird movie. But first, let's talk about some airs. Let me pull this up and you guys start talking.
Sounds good to me.
That's good.
Heirs of Isildur, The Perilous Prospects, the finale. This is the finale episode of our current story arc. We are on issue 5. When we say issue, this is not a comic issue. They are perfect bound books, so they're all 44 to 56 pages. It's apocalyptic sci-fi set in a steampunk world. The apocalypse has come to the town of Shadowhaven, and the only way to stop it might be through those who accidentally caused it. We get to find out in episode 5, will they actually be able to stop it once and for all? Will everybody make it out? Spoiler alert, everybody will not make it out. And we'll also find out if anybody makes it through, how their life is going to be changed because of it. We are super excited to finally be able to get this finale issue out. And some may say, man, I backed this thing a while back, and I thought you said it was going to be 3 or 4 issues. Well, that was the plan. But when we got to issue 3 and then subsequently issue 4, we had far too much meat on the bone. And we felt like as the pages of art started to come in, that it was going to do the story a disservice to try to truncate the end of what the story was. So we kind of allowed the story to breathe, the art to breathe a little bit, and it ended up being where we ended up having issue 3, 4, 5. But we promise you that issue 5 definitely has got as what we would say, a satisfying conclusion, and also has got, we make sure that all of those little story threads that have been building for quite a while do get wrapped up or do get addressed. So there's not going to be, don't you hate it when you watch something or you read something and you're like, that's cool, but what about that thing that completely disappeared, 7 episodes or 4 issues ago, and they never talk about it again? We tried very diligently to make sure that there wasn't going to be any of that stuff happening, and we're super happy with this issue. One of the other things we're super happy about, if you look at that graphic that's on the screen right now, you look on the bottom of the covers, and on the right-hand side is something that deals with Sarah White and Definite Article, and then on the left there is something that pertains to this show, because we have a Back to the Future homage. So Sarah, I'm going to put you on the spot. Which one of those two do you want to talk about first?
Oh, shit. I mean, I kind of want to hear about the homage cover, to be quite honest.
To people.
Okay, so
hey, you guys talk, and I'm going to go get something. I'll be right back.
So the homage cover, oh, heck yeah, I know exactly what she's doing. That's awesome. So the homage cover for this campaign is Back to the Future. We want to have homage covers for every one of the issues in Heirs of Isildur. This is now the 5th one. So we did Metalocalypse Death Clock for issue 1, did Stranger Things for issue 2, Nightmare Before Christmas for issue 3, Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass for issue 4, and we did Back to the Future based on the Back to the Future Part 3 movie poster for this one. So we're super happy about all that. And just today, I would say probably an hour before this live stream, we actually crossed the $4,500 stretch goal on our campaign. And at $4,500, we did an homage logo sticker pack. So if you're somebody that's backed for $39 or more pre-shipping on the campaign, you're going to get a 5-sticker set, which is all 5 of the homage cover logos across the Perilous Prospects for free. And if you are under that, you can go to our add-ons and you can add that sticker pack on as well. So that's the homage cover talk. Steph, is there anything you want to say about the homages? Which one of our homages is your favorite?
Well, obviously, I'm a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan. Anybody that knows me knows that. So I love that one. And that was oddly enough Matt's idea to do that one. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if
Matt has ideas. That is odd.
I know it's crazy. I'm like, what? But I will say, I feel like with Back to the Future, we kind of like both of us kind of like over the years would go to it and go, nah, maybe not, and then kind of like abandon it. This felt like the right time to do it. Obviously, it's time travel. It makes a lot of sense. And I think when we put it all together, meaning like Matt like did like a mock-up of it to send to our artists, I was like, yeah, this is what we need to do. So I really do love this homage. I love all our homages. I do, especially Nightmare Before Christmas. But this one for Heirs feels like it fits the most. And because we had gone back and forth over the years, like, should we do it? Should we not? And I don't know what it was this time around when we kind of like talked about it, that it just locked in and we're like, yeah, this is what we need to do.
It was one of those where like, yeah, we threw a bunch of different ideas out there. And Steph, I remember very clearly, Steph, I was like, what would make you happy on this last one? And you were like, I really want to see us do Back to the Future. That's the one it needs to be this time. And as soon as she
it just
said,
makes sense,
yep.
you know?
As soon as she said that this time, it wasn't even like we continued the discussion. We're like, let's see if we can make this happen. And the Back to the Future 3 poster with the train tracks and the kind of outfits they were wearing just felt kind of steampunky and like Western Victorian. So it really helped to really draw that in and really make it work.
Well,
and
the thing is, too, is that we always want our homage covers to be very obvious homage covers. We want somebody to look at it and go, oh, I know exactly what this is, and not like, this reminds me of this. There's a big difference between the two, because then you can cross the line over like plagiarism or whatever. And so
we want people to walk by our booth and be able to look at the stuff and be able to see those covers and be like, oh, that's really cool. I mean,
yeah, and so with Back to the Future, you're like, okay, like when you think Back to the Future, there's like one iconic movie poster, which ironically enough, the man who created that poster just recently passed away within the last few weeks.
Yeah, he passed away the day that we launched our campaign.
Odd timing. That not our fault. Not our fault, but yeah. So
Sarah, if you scroll down just a hair, we actually have the Back to the Future 3 poster alongside.
Alessandro did such a good job.
Did a great job. Look at
that. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, and this was an issue where we actually we kind of went in reverse. Normally, we bring in somebody else to go and do our homage covers. We'll have Alessandro do the A cover, and then somebody else to come in and do the B cover. We had somebody else do the A cover, and we let Alessandro and Alan do the homage cover for the first time, and we think it came out pretty well.
Yeah, it came out great.
Yeah.
I do like it a lot.
So one of the things at the beginning, when the original pitch for the original arc, Crossroads Conundrum, we would say it's time travel in reverse, because one of the things you think about with Back to the Future is where they're going to a different time period and they're coming back, and there's all this different flipping back and forth. With Heirs, it's all about this guy Michael Isildur, who finds this hidden laboratory that's been lost to time and decay. He goes in and starts repurposing the machinery down there, and he ends up opening up these portals to other. They don't know what it is. They don't know if it's other worlds. They don't know if it's other timelines. They just know it's not where they're from. And everybody that gets pulled through comes through and now becomes a part of Michael's existence and Michael's world in Shadow's Haven. And so that's why we said it was kind of in reverse. It wasn't them going somewhere else. It was Michael opening up these portals, opening up these doors where other people were able to crawl through and come to him. Yeah. And that created some very interesting things in the original story arc, because they don't know where they came from. They don't have that God knowledge of, I'm from a different timeline. I'm from a multiverse. They don't even know what those things are. They just know, hey, I was from where I was at. Now I'm here. This clearly isn't where I was from. Am I from the future? Am I from the past? Am I from a parallel world? It doesn't really matter because I'm here now. What am I going to do with it?
Mm-hmm. Fish said he was scrolling by and thought he heard Amish covers.
Well, I mean, that might be something too. I mean, we do have wooden covers, so
That's right.
You
That's
never
That's
know.
true. It is.
We do
I
have-
mean, that could be a
we
little
do have
Amish.
leatherwork, so it's sort of.
I feel like that's an incredible segue right now. Our Amish, our officially Amish cover. Look at this. Look at what Sarah's holding up right now. Amanda, how cool is that?
I
That is very cool.
mean, it kind of is. It kinda
So
is. So
with Tatsumi the Serpent Mistress #1, we all got the wild hair idea to do wooden covers, and Sarah did some really cool wooden covers for Tatsumi the Serpent Mistress. And when we started this campaign, we were like, you know what, we can't go an entire Airs run without having a wooden cover there as well. So we put some of these symbols that we've used over time, like the border is something we have on our opening column page, and then that 13 o'clock symbol is our most popular symbol from the Air story arc. And we put them together. We're like, let's see how this works. And we all were a little skeptical. We didn't know how the laser was going to work on the fine details and all the gears, but definitely think that it kind of crushed it. And it seems like it's
Sarah
been,
might have died like 2 or 3 times during this process.
yes, Sarah might have died.
Trying to do this
Oh.
for us. Sorry,
Might have
Sarah.
tried to set the lab on fire a couple
I think
times.
she died and came back to life.
Yeah, I mean,
She didn't.
I
sleep.
can neither confirm nor deny there was no fire. At the very least, there might have been fire.
But I can tell you this. I know for a fact. I know for an
I
absolute
think she
fact.
lost like 10 or 20 years of her life.
I know for a fact that if you had a version of the cover where you're like, this is the one I set on fire, there would absolutely positively be people, I want that one of one right now, because nobody else has a set on fire version of the cover.
I mean, well, now that you're saying it, like now, maybe I will confirm or deny there was a cover that was set on fire. Like,
That's okay.
I mean,
I mean,
if
it
y'all
got
want that, I will. Like, I'll sell you guys the ones that didn't make the cut. We can do that if that's
Well,
what you
Sarah,
want.
let's take a look, because I
And
think- I
it
think
depends
that
on what you mean by catch on fire as well. You could always like just drill a little side hole into it, and then it could also be an incense holder.
Oh wow, look at this.
Okay.
A comic
I
cover
mean,
slash
you
incense holder. Man, Amanda, look at her coming up with the ideas, merch ideas.
Amanda
Wow.
is an idea woman. You gotta be careful
Absolutely.
because
I respect that.
she'll give us all these ideas. I get all these ideas from Amanda, and then I'm like, I have the ambition, but I do not have the time or the resources, and
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
before we continue, for those of you out there that are listening and watching and like, hey, this sounds really cool, go to tinyurl.com/airs TPP5. That is tinyurl.com/HEIRS TPP5. That is the Tiny Earl, the short link for our campaign. We've only got 3 days left. We are ending on Halloween Day afternoon. Steph and I will be doing a live stream that day, and people have
We'll be
already
dressed
said,
up.
you
I
know,
will
it's
be
Halloween.
dressed up.
We
Matt
got to be
might
dressed up. Oh
up.
no, I'm going to be
Yeah.
dressed up, but we're still trying to figure out. We're not going to talk about what I might do. We might do something fun, but who the
Yeah.
heck knows what might happen?
I have also put the link directly to the Kickstarter in the comments, so go click.
Thank you.
Fish
Excellent.
says, handcrafted with no electronics, just handcrafted wooden booby covers.
Booby covers. Like
So is
God.
that
It's-
Booby.
covers
Well,
that
I
covered-
mean,
covers
honestly,
for the boobies or boobies on
Can we-
the cover?
Can,
either way.
I
Right?
mean, yeah.
It's boobies. I
No,
don't
so-
know if anybody ever is going to say no to booby covers.
So I'm going to say right
Whatever.
now, I think Amanda is ahead 1-0 over Fish on potentially doable merch ideas for this show. I think Amanda's
booby
ahead.
covers. Take it as you want. We don't do actual booby covers, but if you want to call them booby covers, so that makes you feel better, then I'm not going
mean-
to turn down that.
I mean, Definite Article has been known to make some covers, to make
Yeah.
some books that have
Yeah.
the boobies in them. So
Inzip does not do actual booby covers, but if you
But
want
we-
to
there-
call our wooden covers booby covers, we're not going to
Well,
stop.
there's women that have got,
Boobies.
proper attire, proper
Yeah.
physical adornments.
There might be
so-
boobies in it. You might see them. So it's okay.
there you go. Yeah, I mean, if I
mean,
can
I'm
figure out how to make a wooden cover look good with with a nude scene on it, I mean that might just happen.
Your wooden covers.
Oh,
look
yeah,
good,
that-
whether
There's a
boobies
whole
or
lot
not.
there.
That's the thing.
You know, I'd love
Oh,
to see a nude reviewist who would do the opposite of what regular reviewers do, like casting in horror at seeing nudity, and just be like, that was not enough skin.
Yeah. Where's the full frontal covers with men and just not like it's always women? Where are the male full frontal covers?
Yeah, could you imagine? I thought it's man, you were
I'm
going to say the
saying,
reverse.
oh my god.
The reverse of having like like a bikini model up there, just like reviewing the most mundane and boring comics whatsoever, being like, "Yep, here's the history
would
of
still have a
fear,
million
the history of fear number
They
one."
would.
You know, the history of yarn.
It doesn't matter. They would not. No one would be listening to what they're saying.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, when you're at that point, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what you say.
Yeah.
So there's the that's the main cover for this one, which is called the Time Master, which has an interesting backstory to it on a couple levels. One, everybody's like, "Hey, is that you on the cover?" No, it is, but it isn't. But it is. The very first artist that we had on the series, I cosplayed, and I said, "This is what I want the character to look like." And he's like, "Oh, so you want the character to look exactly like you?" When he sent it back, and I was like, "That really wasn't what I was going for, but it looks cool, so let's roll with it." So now it's kind of the thing. I mean, that's how Michael Isildur looks. But this cover was penciled by an artist that ghosted us, and he penciled. He was supposed to do the whole thing, and he penciled the cover and then completely disappeared for like a year and a half. And so we're like, screw it, we want this cover to be done. So we handed it to a totally different artist, and we said, "Can you recreate this thing and finish this cover for us?" Jose E. Cardenas, who did the Tales from Nocturnia cover for us, he actually did the Nightmare Before Christmas homage cover for issue 3. So he's the one that recreated and finished this cover, and we think it came out really good, and we're really happy with the way that this cover came out. So that's the cover A for the series there for this issue.
Came out great. And I kept meaning to ask you, I was like, were you the model for this guy, for this character?
Yes, I was.
Everybody asks it, like anytime.
Well, I
anybody
mean, you
comes
can
up to
tell
the
why,
table, they're
right?
like,
Yeah,
"This
I was the
is
model
you,
for the
right?"
character. It just, my first thought when I got it back is I'm like, this just made my life at comic conventions super easy for the rest of my life, because
Yeah.
I can just dress up as me and also dress up as one of the characters. So that really has been fun kind of seeing how that goes. So that's
Yeah.
the A cover.
It's funny too when people are like, because inevitably, I mean, it's like every other person is like, "Oh, is that you?" when they see Michael Sildor, and then they see Merc and they're like, "Oh, is that you?" to me, and I'm like, "My
Sure.
I'm like,
Sure. Why
I'm
not?
like,
At this point,
okay.
right?
I'm like, yeah.
Okay,
First
so
of all, I
that's-
don't have blue and green hair, and she's much more well endowed than me. So no, it's not.
Hey,
It's
with
not.
enough craft foam, we can fix it.
Yeah.
We actually
And I
did have a friend
mean,
of ours.
appreciate
We
the
did have a friend of ours
compliment.
cosplay as Merc at one of our shows before. That's pretty cool. She came in. She was like,
She did.
"Surprise!" Did it on her own. She's like,
That was
"Surprise! I'm Merc."
Awesome.
That was
I
amazing.
just,
She was
and
amazing.
I think that doing craft foam chest would be so much easier than carrying
would-
around the real deal.
That too.
So you would probably get warm.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay.
that's our cover C.
Okay.
That's two of our
Absolutely
characters, Remnant and Syndrome, and you can see there when we end issue 4, we're in the midst of basically a cataclysmic situation that's going on that either is going to be able to be resolved, or the entire place is just going to be blown to crap, and the apocalypse is going to completely, do its final move to destroy Shadow's Haven. And you can see that they are both, electrified and being overtaken by this thing. I thought that was a really, really cool drawing. We just had to make sure we got that onto a cover. So that's the electrified cover.
Very cool.
And then the last cover we have, you can't have a steampunk series without a cool masquerade ball. We took some of the characters, put them in a masquerade ball with masquerade masks, and we got our boys at GB Leatherworks to actually recreate some of the leather masks, which was great. So we have Natasha, who is she's got the red mask. They completely recreated her red mask. And then the blue mask is one of our characters, Serenity, who her face got burned electrically when she got pulled through a rogue portal. And she's kind of on the side of the not so good people. And they were like, "Dude, that's disgusting. You need to cover that crap up," because nobody in Shadow's Haven, they literally say to him, "The people of Shadow's Haven have gone through enough. They don't need to see that on your face."
Rude.
And so they're like, here's a mask for you to wear. So they, we had to really show them that there were some people that had the really crappy attitudes about stuff, but that's actually Serenity's mask that she wears. And then they created a really cool, super detailed festive mask as well. We've actually had people that have backed every one of those, so that we thought it was really cool that people have seen those and wanted to actually pick those up for themselves.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I would buy the shit out of all of them if I could. Like, I just don't have enough damn money.
It's okay.
But I backed this
You
book
did.
because it's a good book. So if like you have any faith in anything that I say, then I say back the book.
Thank you.
And tis too. See, now I am gonna upgrade my pledge to get this thing, and
Yes.
I am gonna, I'm gonna rock the shit out of this shirt because it freaking glows in the dark, you guys. It glows in the dark.
And here's the thing about our glow in the dark shirts. They really do glow in the dark. There's been times that we've done other glow in the dark shirts. And most recently, Matt and I did that. We wore our shirts. We did Scaradice, which is like a big horror convention in Tampa, Florida, a couple weeks ago. And part of the perk of Matt being the MC is we got tickets to go to Busch Gardens, which
To
is
Hallow Scream, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's Hallow Scream at Busch Gardens, and so it's an amusement park there, a huge amusement park, and they did like their own like little, Halloween maze thing. Anyway, we wore those there. They were like glowing in the dark. There's like black lights. It was awesome, and people
Yeah,
were
there
like,
were the
we
number
got
of
a lot of
people.
comments on
The
these.
number of people that were like, "Cool shirts, cool shirts, cool shirts!" Like, heck yeah, that's right. This is our
Yeah,
stuff.
it was fun. Like we even some of the scare actors with their like chainsaws are like, that's a
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're like, they literally was what did the
Yeah,
one guy
like,
he's like, you look cool, you can go through. We're like, dang man, like,
Yeah,
we're
it was
making a
fun.
scare out
Hey,
So they
when
are
you just
legit
your
glow in the dark.
outfit gets you into the
It was
club,
fun.
like that's how you know it's a good shirt.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I mean, okay, so you guys own these shirts, right?
Yeah.
How tough is it to wash them without ruining the glow in the dark?
So this was actually pretty good. So we did foil versions of these shirts, and those are the ones you have to like go inside out and gentle and like all that kind of stuff. For the glow in the dark ones, they're totally just like any other shirt. They're totally
Okay.
good. Totally not a problem.
Surprisingly so. And
I-
we do let people know, like when they buy the shirt, if there's any kind of special care, we just say, hey, you're buying the shirt, this is how you need to wash it or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
they-
like when
they
I
last-
have a screen printed shirt that I like. I just don't put it in the dryer. I'll turn it inside out when I throw it in the wash, but I just don't put
That's
it in
what
the
I
dryer.
do too. I hang it up to dry. I wash it on gentle. I hang it
Yep.
up to dry, and it's
And I mean, so you could put these in the dryer, but like, don't.
you could.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever
I can
you
tell you
use it, burn it,
the ones
like,
that we have are like the
dry
soul
it.
rippers from Tatsumi,
Yep.
and those I've gone through my dryer numerous times without any issue.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I hang dry a lot of my stuff just because it just
That's
I
how
guess
you
I'm
keep it
European
nice.
at
Dry.
heart.
The dryer is just really hard, like extra hard.
really
on clothes,
hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang.
But
So
it's so nice to have.
I
Oh my
know,
gosh.
especially if it's like cold and you like put something on.
All right. Is there any other cool stuff we should look at or talk about
No,
on
I think,
here?
I think we're good on here. I think that the big thing we want to make sure everybody knows is that if you're like, man, this is issue 5 in a series, but that's a lot to, how do I jump in here? We've got catch-up tiers for you. We have a PDF catch-up tiers, physical catch-up tiers. We have other titles that are kind of like expansions of the overall story arc. As you can see right here, we let you know, hey, if you just want to see the Perilous Prospects arc, here's what you need. If you want the extended arc where you've got I Am Keto, which is a character story arc, origin story that fits into the story, this is where you would go. If you want the entire Heirs arc, which goes back to the Crossroads Conundrum illustrated novel, here's how you do it. If you want the completionist path, which is everything Crossroads Conundrum and I Am Keto, and if you want to see how to even attach Tatsumi the Serpent Mistress in, which has no real link to this story, it just has a link to Keto, which has a link to this story. We make sure you have all those things down there. We got to give a shout out to Travis Gibb. He's the one that suggested we do that. That way people feel less, they can feel more whelmed instead of just overwhelmed by the number of titles that are out there that we have.
And I have not read all of Heirs, I don't think, but I have read Keto and Tatsumi, and I was like live messaging Steph and Matt while I was reading Keto, and they thought that was hilarious. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarah was like, I'm going to read the first couple pages. It's an 80-page one-shot. and she read the first few pages, and then she's like, I'm going to read the next 6 pages.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, sure you will, because we knew where she was getting to was a spot that was not going to be able to get stopped. And she literally went all the way through the rest of the book at that point, and she was like, what the heck? That dude's a piece of crap. What the heck? Are you serious? This is what's going on? We're like, yes.
So I was sitting on the couch reading it, and I'm like making those noises out loud. I'm just going, oh no, oh no, and Jeff's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, do you know what's happening to Keto right now? You don't.
Oh, I love that.
And I will say, if I remember correctly, you gave us a pull quote that's not in the book, but we have a sampler, which has basically got 5 ash cans of our title. So Heirs of Isildur, The Perilous Prospects, Tales from Nocturnia, I Am Keto, Tatsumi the Serpent Mistress, and Misfits Clubhouse. It's got basically 5 ash cans for those titles, and then we have some other advertising or some promotion, like here's the merch we have for it. But I'm pretty sure that we added a pull quote from you to the I Am Keto section in our sample.
And I tried to be like all professional and shit on that. And what you guys should have just used one of the live messaging, like those. You should have just used one of those.
But the thing would have been like, holy 4 or 5 exclamation points. What the, F you.
Yeah,
Sounds like me.
Right. It's fine.
Yeah, that's Todd Black asked me if I said, if you ever want to pull quote, I can do that, but I'm not very good at them, because if you want me to do it like in professional, it's gonna come out dry.
Yeah, me too.
And if you want me to do it like me, it's gonna come out with curse words. So maybe I'm not the best choice for pull quotes.
That's me. I'm like,
yeah, exactly. Like, what do you do? It either sounds like ChatGPT wrote it, or it is laced with curses. Like, what are you gonna do?
Oh my God, yes.
The one thing for you, Sarah, too, that you said about this, is there anything else you want to let people know? Yes, we're at the end of October, but our intention is to have basically all the stuff in this campaign shipped before Christmas. So, we're hoping to get that stuff out and in people's hands before Christmas.
You're not
the
gonna
leatherwork,
miss those heightened USPS charges, though. That sucks.
Right. The leatherwork, we know that kind of stuff takes time, because that's all handcrafted, by order. So that stuff we know is not going to happen until next year. But everything else, we're going to try as hard as we can to get as much of it as we can out. So if you're like, hey, I want to get something, for somebody for a Christmas present, or you're like, I want to get myself something that I want to wrap up for myself and put it under the tree, and make people think that I got this cool thing. We're hoping we're going to be able to have this stuff out there.
I do that sometimes. It's okay.
Yes.
No judgment.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we've literally spent. So we were having so much fun. We
I know,
literally
I'm like,
spent half the
are we
show
gonna talk
talking about
this
this.
tonight?
But fun. That's what's important. And Amish covers and wooden boobies. So we're
Amish.
good. It's
Right.
fun.
Amish
So-
covers and booby covers.
Yeah, let's spend the next 20 minutes to 2 hours talking about Back to the Future.
Okay.
Do it.
Yeah.
Opening thoughts. Let's do that, because I keep forgetting that. Like the last 4 shows, I haven't done that. So let's do that. Steph, you're on the top, and you're not me, so you go first.
Yes. Okay. So, grew up watching these movies, 1, 2, and 3. I have rewatched them recently over like the last few years. Like, it's been a while. Like, it's always the Back to the Future movies are always one of those where it's like, if it's on TV and you're like kind of like channel surfing or whatever, you're like, oh, I'll put it on or whatever, and you watch like bits and pieces of it. But I rewatched the first movie all the way through, like last year, I think, because we do like a thing, my son and I, where we go, like our movie theater has like, they call it flashback cinemas. And so it's like $5 movies,
Nice.
and it's, it's like older movies or whatever. And that's how I've introduced him to some of these older movies, because you're in the theater, there's no phones, there's no distractions. And we rewatched it, and I'm like, this movie's like actually really good. It's like really fun. There's some humor to it that I appreciate more now as a parent.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like, I don't know, I guess like when I first watched it, I like, I don't know, maybe sympathize with Marty McFly, and now I kind of like sympathize with like his parent. Like, I get like both sides to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really fun. But anyway, yeah, I mean, and these movies were before my time, but I still watched them as a kid. And then I do remember watching the third movie. in the drive-in as a kid. And I don't know if it was like when it was released or if it was like a re-release, but I'm like, man, like that's kind of crazy. Like a drive-in, like I feel so old. But there's like a lot of nostalgia.
There still exists. There's
still out
actually a
there.
drive-in near
There's a
here.
couple.
Yeah,
me
they
too. There's-
exist.
the only drive-in in Florida is in
Yes. There's one in my area, and I'm like, I need to go. Like it would be so much fun.
Mhm.
But yeah, so there's kind of like a campy like nostalgia to the movies, and I just love, because I don't know if you guys have ever thought this before or what everybody else's relationship is with their parents, but I have thought at certain points in my life, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I wonder what it'd be like if I could like be like the same age as like my mom or my dad and be like friends with them. I'm like, would I be friends with them? I'm like, I would absolutely be friends with my mom. I just know it. I'm like, if we were teenagers at the same point in time, we would be friends.
Mhm.
And so like Back to the Future has that little, and I just love it so much. I hope that my kids are like, they think that, you know what I mean? Like that it's such a fun little aspect of it.
Mhm.
That Marty gets to go back and get to know his dad as a
Yeah.
teenager, his mom. And it gets a little creepy. It gets a little creepy. Way creepy. And
yeah.
he's like, whoa. But no, I love that aspect to it where it kind of is like a what if. As a parent, I love that. I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
like how I would love to like spend just a couple of days with my parents when they were teenagers and just kind of like hang out with them and be friends with them and see what it was like. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Excuse me. Amanda, opening thoughts.
Opening thoughts. I loved what you were saying, Steph, because that was kind of the part of how the movie got created. Was the person who was writing it had seen a picture of their dad as a teenager and was like, "Oh, I wonder if we'd been friends," and it just kind of spun out. And it speaks to the core of what the movie is in some ways. I thought rewatching it's a very straightforward movie. It's not trying to inception you. You're getting exactly what you think you're getting. And well, you did say campy. I thought it was a lot less campy, but that's probably because this was from the era of like Ice Pirates and Porky's. And so by comparison, these are like just straight up not campy.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that's helped it continue to be a classic. And it came in and hit that demographic where it was a little risque. There was way too much incest. They didn't need to do that. And then they overall kept it like family friendly. And so it's something that across the generations could go together, which made it nice for kind of that good moment. It was a little too pro-Reagan vision, but I
can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little too much there.
For sure. Yeah.
The actor? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So I'll say this, and I know that this is probably going to be a hot take that I know that a lot of people are going to be like, "What?" I think it's one of the two greatest trilogies of all time, and to me, the two greatest trilogies are Back to the Future and
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And I think that, I know most people would say it's Star Wars, but I think Star Wars is definitely not in the top.
There's
two.
too much incest in that, too.
But, well,
Yeah.
See, like
Let's
they
not
explain
forget.
it. Yeah, they explain it in both of those movies. They explain it away, but still,
What was going on in the
it
80s?
exists, right?
Where everybody is like, let's just make like father and daughter.
And that's
like,
supposed
you know,
to be
like,
funny, right?
brother
It's
and
supposed
sister.
to be
It's
funny.
so funny. It's hilarious. It's cute.
one of the things I really like about Back to the Future is, again, I think that Steph and Amanda have pointed out that there's a whimsy to it, there's a fun to it, but I think that one of the things where you see movies make, like, for instance, you look at like The Matrix, and loved the first Matrix, but by the time you got to the third Matrix, I'm like, I hate this resolve. I don't think the resolve of the movie is good. I feel like in Back to the Future, especially considering they filmed 2 and 3 at the same time, that by the time you get to the end of 3, you're like, hey, these 3 movies go together really well. Yes, it's time travel, so there's some suspension of disbelief that you have to go in with, because you're like, well, what if this and what if that? And how could they go back and do this? You know that there's going to be some of those things, but I feel like it was done in a way that made where the three movies all were very, very different. I mean, the third one being a Wild West movie, but still being
I
Back
love
to the
the third
Future.
one.
I
was so
love.
cool.
I think the third one is my
really do.
favorite of the three.
I
Yeah,
honestly really, but I love Wild West stuff. But
Hmm.
if you think about, kind of like touching on what Matt said, if you think about the inspiration from these movies as far as time travel and all of that, I mean, I think it's one where it ends with Doc is like, Marty, something must be done about your kids. You have to go save your kids. It's your kids, and you're like, what?
Yeah, they leave
That's
it open.
very-
Yeah.
Reminiscent of Lost at some point in the season when like things, spoiler alert for anybody that didn't see Lost in like 2003, but there's like a point in Lost where they're like, we have to go back to the island. You have this major time shift, and I'm like, that was Back to the Future. They absolutely were just pulling from Back to the Future. Like, let's just be real.
Hmm.
So it has influenced so many time travel things. I know it slightly has influenced errors a little bit, tiny bit, not a huge, but a little bit.
Like we said, it's a time travel in reverse. Errors is the opposite of what Back to the Future is. That's how we
Yeah.
try to tell
Yes.
no, nothing is ever going to be Back to the Future. So we didn't even want to go
Yeah.
that direction. We wanted to make sure that there was still the time travel element, but the reverse of what you come to know in movies like Back to the Future. So, but yes, I really appreciate all three, and I think it's very rare that all three movies in a trilogy all can be really good on their own merit,
Yeah.
but also be really good
Mhm.
as a part of the overall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
So aspects of the movie that we love. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot to love about this movie. It's got good humor, I think. It's got a mostly coherent plot. Like it gets a little fuzzy here and there, but for the most part,
Yeah.
especially for the stuff that they were cranking out in 1985, like you can't complain too much about it. It's not bad. It's a good decent, like you can follow what's going on. You're not left confused at the end.
Yeah.
What else?
I love that there is this difference, which is crazy because the movie came out in the 80s and he goes back to like the 1950s.
Mhm.
So there's still like a time difference there, which for us watching it there's a much bigger disparagence. It's kind of weird to think that like if we were to make that movie now,
If we were making that movie now, we'd be going back to 1985. Like that fucks me
I'm
up.
like, I know. Nope.
Mhm.
I'm like, but it's so funny because there's like this juxtaposition because Marty's dad is so dorky. And, Marty's kind of like this cool kid, during the time. And to see like their relationship is honestly like my favorite part of it. I just love that because, again, like I stated earlier, I don't know unless you had a weird child, like, you know what I mean? Like, but I think most of us would be like, wow, how fun would it be? And it doesn't have to be a parent, it could be an uncle, a grandparent. Like, how fun would it be to go back and get to know a family member during their time? And there's just so many comedic beats when it comes to that. With his mom, and like they're like one of my favorite gags in the whole movie, and I'm pretty sure it's in the first one. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but he actually slips up and calls his dad.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like,
And he's like, Daddy-o.
Daddy-o.
Yes.
And
That's a good one.
the comedic timing of that is so freaking funny. Because he's no wait, Dad. And he's like, wait, I mean, Daddy-o. And it works with like the time. And I'm like, the comedic timing of this. And I have actually like seen some, because I'm a movie critic. I'm a big film buff, where they have said that the first two scripts of Back to the Future are almost perfect movie scripts, like executed. Now, whether it executed to film or not, but the actual scripts are like perfect.
Well, yeah, I think the comedic callbacks is probably one of my favorite things. Where it's like, how many times can Biff Tannen get crap, dumped on him. In
Even
every
in the
every
third
time
movie,
period, Dick is
apparently.
getting crap dumped
God,
on
it's
him.
so funny.
There's little details like with the mayor, or like something,
Yes.
or like Single Pines Mall, or whatever it is, to Twin Pines Mall. There's all these little details that they
Oh
put
shit!
in there.
I didn't even. I knew
Yes.
that happened, but I
There's
didn't even
so
make that
much.
connection.
It's
That's
so
hilarious.
amazing.
That's so
It's
good.
amazing. I love it so much.
I didn't. So to jump into the critical part, I watched this other YouTube video saying how Marty, and this is not like a hot take, like other people have pointed this out too. Marty steals from black people a lot in this movie.
Oh yeah.
It's a little bit of an issue. It's a little bit of
and I wonder what was going through the minds of the scriptwriters when that, like, were they genuinely not understanding that they were being a little
Oh, I don't
a
think
little
that
racist,
they
a
had
little shitty?
any clue. I don't
Yeah.
think they had any clues at 80s.
Yeah.
I think they
And-
did, but I think they were okay with it.
Well,
And
that
they
could
made
be true.
product of its time kind of thing, right?
be
Like
honest,
they just
that could
didn't.
be
It
true.
wasn't an issue.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I think you're probably right on that. That it was a little less. And don't take me wrong when I say a little bit less sensitive time, but a time where people are like, "Yeah, they'll get over. It's just a joke. It's just ribbing."
To be fair, Robert Zemeckis does that a lot. What are you doing?
And it's
How
a
is
nice
anybody
way
supposed
for
to
them to be able to
concentrate?
do the
Right.
the racism and put it in there. But because it's an earlier era, it's okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. Definitely not saying it's okay. Just saying at the time
That's a
when it was
problem.
made. That's like Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles is a great movie for its time, but you couldn't make Blazing Saddles today with today's
But Blazing
thought processes
Saddles,
because of that.
it's so irreverent that they're making fun of the fact that
I think that Blazing
Racism is
Saddles paved the
ridiculous.
way for the weird
They do, whereas-
tension that we have now too.
whereas something like this is a little more ambiguous, so it's like, whereas Blazing
Yeah.
Saddles, you're like, okay, they're literally calling out racists and literally calling
Yes.
out
Like they were trolling
We all know,
racists,
like,
trolling
they are
racists and
making
westerns
fun of
so
racists.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's an argument to be made, and I think that I might have mentioned it on the show before, that there's an argument to be made that Blazing Saddles trolled westerns and racism so hard
Oh,
that it
absolutely.
effectively
They're like-
killed the western. Like the
oh,
western
they
was.
absolutely were like, racists are dumb, and we're going to make fun of them.
Yeah.
by showing
they-
how stupid they can be.
Yeah, and they did it in the
Yeah.
did it with a western, and it killed
Yeah.
the western. Like we
Whereas
did
when you
for
have
that
something
time.
like this, and it's like in between, you're like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's for
Yeah.
here they definitely weren't doing that. It was instead the white boy was showing the black men how to do things. It
Yeah.
was him telling the mayor that he'd be the future mayor, and so now it was the white boy's idea, and it
Oh
was
shit!
yeah.
Shots are being fired in my comments.
Oh
you see this
yeah.
shit?
Oh yeah. What's up, Nemesis Kyron? I love it. I love
Thank
it.
you, Kyron. Yeah, let's not forget. Let's not.
See, here's the
talk
thing.
about
Here's the thing, Sarah.
yesterday's game and this
Here's the thing. We could mess with Kyron in a way, but we're not going to do it because here's why Kyron. I'm the nemesis now. When Sarah launched Power Broker, we in Sim Configurations were backer number one, not knowing that Kyron was there with his button doing this, trying to be backer number one, and he was backer number two. So
Is that what he was doing?
he
Kyron, is that
literally-
what you were doing?
that was my Kyron impression.
Exactly that.
Number one.
that
Back.
Kyron, is that what you were doing? Because I don't think that's what he was
So
doing.
here's the thing.
He did mention that he was pissed off about not being number one. He did mention that. Like
So,
that was
we
the
could-
thing he came to the comments to say.
The
Kyron,
thing
all
is,
I
he's
have to
funny a lot.
say is our Niners have to play at MetLife Stadium, aka like the worst turf, and we're the most injured team in America. So
See, we could be really nice.
good luck to our Niners next week.
We could be really nice, and we could. Now, Sarah, let me finish the statement before you're like, "What the hell?" We could like cancel our pledge to Sarah's campaign and then redo it, because if we did that, then we wouldn't be backer number one anymore.
Sarah, I don't
We'd be,
condone
like,
this.
backer
I don't
number
condone
80.
canceling any pledge to you.
Well, you know what the problem with that
never
is
gonna do
that
talking. He's just it's
like
I'm
you
not.
you're locked into your number. Like Kyron is forever going to be number two, even if you cancel your pledge.
Okay.
Oh, that's
You know
just
what?
that there won't be a number one.
Say that number two is kind of funny and fun.
That's
if
right.
you could be
Kyron just
number
number
two.
two. That'd be funny if
Who
we were
does
like,
number two work for?
yeah, that's right.
Austin Powers. Who does number two work for? everybody. So, okay.
Jack, yeah, okay. Okay.
If you ever do an Austin Powers show, just invite me on because I just quoted that and
I mean, we'll put it down. We'll
no
put it
one
down.
got it. No one understood.
We've already
I know.
got 2 new injuries just getting off the airplane. That's amazing.
I mean,
Okay.
seriously, like it's.
Everybody, I just to remind you, I put the Heirs of Isildur link in the comments. Go
you.
clicky clicky. Clicky clicky looky looky. Oh. Oh,
Anyway.
Kyron's always number 2. Oh. Maybe I need to send a second backer pledge, a second backer plaque instead of a first backer plaque.
Listen, Kyron is always going to be number 1 in all of our hearts.
That's the right answer.
That's
There
true.
you
That-
go,
that's,
Kyron.
that's the correct answer. I like that answer.
Number 1 in all of our hearts.
Yeah.
Okay. What were we talking about? Because I don't
Back to the
remember
future.
anymore.
Back to
Back
the
to the
Amanda
future.
was making a
How-
very good point.
We were talking about the racism.
Yeah.
And the bigotry and how they were having a white boy tell black men how to be
Mhm.
and how that was not good.
Yes.
Including, I think they were trying to make it funny that he was playing Chuck Berry's song and then his cousin, the cousin to Chuck Berry, was, saying on the phone.
You're never
that he
gonna
was
believe
astounded
this.
to me.
Listen to this.
Yeah, but instead it was just, a white boy co-opting black music, and that was less cool.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
he's
thought
the
he
one
was
who gave that
also-
to them. Yeah, it was
Well,
bad.
Like an
It was
extended
unnecessary.
attempt rape soon, not funny. None of the women had agency. It was all about the women as objects.
No,
And I
do-
mean, the
do
only
agree with you on
woman in
I
there
agree
that
with you
was
on
that was really had any the only woman who mattered in that movie was just Lorraine, which kind of sucked because she was just supposed to be the catalyst that moves George forward, right?
Yeah.
So, But anyway, it's like that's my one of my big criticisms. And then as I was rewatching it for the show, I did notice so, and this is super nitpicky, but this is what I do, okay? So Doc Brown is like, you can't tell me anything. Everything has to be exactly the way it was, and you cannot tell me the future, and blah blah blah. And like, obviously, that plan went to hell before Doc Brown ever vocalized it. But then he's saying, you have to go back to 1985. We'll send you back to the exact same time. It'll be like you never left. And then he absolutely refused to try to let Marty try to save him. And I was like, but then you're sending Marty back to a very dangerous time in his life but I realized that the DeLorean it lands in the present day in 1985 wherever it's going in 1955, not where it left. So so like that he was safe because he was a couple blocks away. But I was like, he was effectively sending Marty back to get shot by the militia, right? So I was a little bit like, that was a little nitpicky of me, but I was like, but you're sending him back and he's gonna go run back and try to, like he had to know that he was gonna go back and try and save
He
his
had seen
friend.
the video and knew that they had driven off after shooting him. So if he was coming back that minute, they'd already driven off. So it's unlikely that he'd actually interact with them.
Okay.
Do not get me wrong. They do everything wrong about time and how to interact with time.
Yeah.
Like, not
Get
defending that in any way,
little
shape, or form.
confusing.
Like every name drop, every
Yeah. If you want to nitpick something about Back to the Future, that is the thing to nitpick, because there's a lot of nitpicking to do there.
they massively altered the timeline, and they are on an alternate universe
For
when
sure.
they go back. And that is absolutely not discussed or touched on. They're just like, oh, this is the correct one because it made my family, have money and my dad have self-confidence. It's like, that's not the reward you should have had, but okay.
Exactly.
No. I mean, yeah, like George's whole reward was that he got the girl and he
Keeping Tom got the girl.
yeah, because he's a fucking creep in that. Like, I mean, I get it. Little boys and teenagers are creeps, but like, ugh,
That is doing a disservice to little boys.
Oh,
and
yeah, like I
men.
mean, they're weird and they can be gross sometimes, but like he was 16, 17 years old and had to know how much he was violating the rights of the women he was peeping on, and it was specific, like, and that was played for a laugh.
Yep.
Which in 1985 maybe that was funny, but like 2025, it's just ugh, yeah.
I'll tell you the one thing when you talk about criticisms that I never saw it as a criticism until recently, when it was just kind of think about it a little bit. Christopher Lloyd was in his mid 40s playing Doc Brown.
Which he looks like he's like 60. I'm like,
But,
he does.
but the
Right.
point is, what is Doc Brown doing hanging around with a high school kid? And
Yeah.
and what parents are going to be like, hey, this is okay, teenage son, why don't you go hang around with the crazy scientist in the town
Yeah.
and not say anything? I mean,
And
that
the
kid-
asshole principal's the only one who realizes that that's kind of a problem.
Right, and then they have to
And
make
that's
him
why
go
we
the
don't
extra
take it
mile to be an
seriously.
extra asshole in order to negate that and make
Yeah.
it so you would root against him and then in theory emotionally root for their friendship because he was such an asshole about it.
So
Yeah, so I mean,
apparently
yeah.
there's a comic, there's a Back to the Future comic that explains Marty and Doc Brown's relationship. I just learned of that earlier today and I've not read it, but obviously now that I know it exists, I need to go find it.
yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. And I mean, I guess it's one of those things as a suspension of disbelief.
Yep.
We had to be like, okay, their relationship was okay,
Uh-huh.
because if it wasn't, we wouldn't have this movie trilogy.
I always assumed that Marty's parents didn't quite know what he was doing. This was the 80s. We, as kids and teenagers, we just effed off for the whole entire day and just did whatever. And that was a different generation. Our parents were just like, come home when like the street lights come on and you need to come home for dinner and then you're going to go to bed and we're not going to have any interaction with you. So I don't know if they knew that was going on and what the ramifications were at that point in time.
Yeah.
I don't think even if
I
they
don't
did know,
think
they
that-
wouldn't have done anything about it.
I
The
don't
whole
think
point is
they
how
would have
passive
thought
they
it was
were.
True, that's true. The whole
Yeah,
point
that's
is the
fair.
parents were so passive, and so it's
I don't think that they would have thought it was creepy. They would have been like, "Well, here's a mentor for our son. Like, this
Yeah,
is great. He's an intelligent scientist.
I think it was
teaching him all this stuff. Like,
exactly.
it's a different time."
It was
I don't
supposed to
think
be the
that we-
positive male role model that he didn't otherwise have, and it was through
Exactly. So I
the
can't. I
other,
don't think
the
that it's-
non-toxic masculine, more of the scientist side. So the cerebral.
I don't think it's fair for us to be like, "Oh, it's creepy." Like,
No,
Oh,
that's,
no.
that's
This
why I
is
never really
AI,
thought about it until
we're
recently.
like,
because we're like,
ask-
think about that.
Absolutely, we should ask. Like, is this
But-
creepy?
yeah, I think that at that point in time, Marty just did whatever Marty did, like after school, and his parents didn't give a shit where he was and what he was doing, and even if they did, to be like, "Wow, this brilliant scientist is mentoring our child. This is going to be great."
Except the principal made it seem like he was more like the crackpot who lost all the money and nobody respects him in town.
Oh yeah,
that
Oh,
kind
no.
of loses the steam in that direction from that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a plot device that we have to accept, and
Right, there's a lot of
Yeah.
suspension of disbelief for
And I
sure.
think that the fact that a comic exists that explains their relationship at all is proof that we're not the only ones by a long shot who had the same question. So they needed to make before they were Back to the Future about these characters. It's like, like when I was growing up, my grandma was one of my best friends, but that makes sense because she's my grandma, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
but like
And-
these guys are like not related at all. Yeah, it's
but
just,
lonely old people getting visited by teenagers and having that familial bonding happening is totally a thing.
But he wasn't an old people. He was
he
supposed
was.
to be
He
like,
was like in his 40s.
yeah, he was supposed to be like 45
He
years
was
old.
like a normal dude.
Yeah,
He looks- he
you
looks-
looked like he was 75.
Yeah,
He looked really old, but he was like my age. I'm like,
I was trying to guess his age when they were doing the bits and talking about the friendship, and I was like, huh, how old is he?
Yeah.
It's
was
crazy
in
to
his
think too. We just saw Christopher Lloyd at the Scared Show we're at, and we're like, Christopher Lloyd looks exactly like he did when he was in Back to the Future.
I don't
How is
even
that
understand.
possible?
You guys, Christopher
Good
Lloyd
genes.
We just saw him. We literally just saw him a few weeks ago. Wonderful, sweet man.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh,
Having
yeah.
trouble getting around. He devoted hours and hours and hours to fans. The man is in his 80s, I think.
That's
We
super cool.
saw him behind the scenes, and I don't want to disparage him, but he was having a lot of trouble getting around. That's what I will say. And I'm like, he looks the same as he did as Doc Brown. I don't understand what happened in between, like these 40 years. But
That's fair. So
that's showbiz for you.
yeah, there you go. Yeah. So overall, like, okay, so like closing thoughts while we're waiting for everybody to log in. Anybody
Let
who
me log in.
wants to play, anybody who's been watching this, you can play. You do not have had to participate in any way in the
Where
comments
do
of the
I?
show.
Because I always get confused here. Like, where
Yeah,
do I-
you can scan the code or you can
Oh.
type play.blooket.com.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, scanning the code is the easiest way. If you go to play.blooket.com, you got to enter that 6-digit code there.
Okay.
And then anybody can play, and I have a sticker started, but I didn't like scan it or bring it along with me. And eventually I'm gonna catch back up on these stickers. It'll happen.
Do we need
Goodness,
to start
I'm probably
forcing you to show the last one you did for last week's in order to catch up?
Like that's what's gonna be like. It's like we'll at the big mega quiz night at the end of the year, I'll just be like, see all these stickers that I finished. Oh my god, yeah, because like I'm just behind on it. I've sketched them all, I sketched them all while I'm bored and can't do anything else, and so yeah, I'm like that's as far as it gets. And to be fair, and in my defense, that's the hardest part about doing those, because once I get the sketch pretty decent, then inking it and coloring it's pretty fast.
What's the oldest one that you have to get done?
I need to finish the
McFly.
Serenity.
All right, so
Maddie
Serenity
McFly.
one is due next Monday.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if I can pull that off, but
Did you guys see
yeah.
Maddie McFly?
and I did not. Okay, so I need to get Serenity done. Birdemic is done. I didn't do one for Sunshine or Can't Hardly Wait because I didn't know what the hell to do. And the Color Out of Space, I did the Bug, which I did show you the
Nice.
sketch of.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll have to at least get Firefly done. And then maybe if I'm really lucky and have enough time, and I'm not going to promise that, but I'll see if I can't get Serenity and Color Out of Space done so that we can show them next week.
That's-
And so like Gerald Von Stoddard was here for the Sunshine one, and so he gave us this, and I won it.
That's awesome.
I won it, and I have to get it's just sitting here protected in its little piece of cardboard because I have to get a frame because I wanna start putting this stuff up I
Yeah.
need like a little
Yeah.
collage behind me
Absolutely, you do.
of all the cool stuff that I like, just my covers and all the cool art that all my friends send me. Like I
Wood
need
covers.
wooden covers.
Yeah.
I need stuff hanging behind me because people think I'm in a prison over here, okay? Like
Burnt
I've
wooden
been
covers
asked.
that turned into incense holders.
Or you're about to bust into some stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
okay.
I
So
love,
that
I
one
love your
kinda-
freaking brick wall. I think your brick wall behind you is awesome.
Yeah, I
That-
like it.
That one
I
kind
like
of
it.
fades in there a little bit, though. That's a little
We'll
disappointing.
have to put the Tatsumi, the black one from Tatsumi.
You
up there.
you look like you're about
Yes.
ready to start like snapping and like dancing, like doing like a,
A song and dance act.
yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we didn't do like I started and then I didn't finish. Like final thoughts about Back to the Future. Steph, what are your final thoughts?
Classic. It's a classic. It's a perfect. No, of course it's not. But it's fun. It was, I think, a really, really set forward time travel stories. I think before that they were a little. I mean, there was, of course, like the time machine and that kind of stuff. But when people think about like time travel, they, in our generation, a little bit younger and a little bit older, we're going to think Back to the Future. So it's iconic in that way. And it's just fun, and that what if premise of, this character going back in time to when his parents were teenagers and trying to make sure they get together so that he can be born and all that kind of stuff. I feel like all of us at some point in time have thought some sort of weird what if scenario with that. So in that way, it's great.
Yes. Matt, final thoughts?
Two quick final thoughts. One, I still say it's, despite all the misgivings, that it is still one of the two best trilogies of all time. And I think that one of the lessons, which is something that's very similar to what happens in Heirs of Isildur, is that no matter what your intentions are when it comes to any kind of time travel or time manipulation, there's always going to be some negative situation that comes from it that you're going to have to deal with. And just looking across those three movies, they have so many things where, like, hey, I want to go fix this one thing, but by trying to fix that one thing, they screw something up. And that's when you have Biff and his giant tower because they brought the almanac back. No matter what you want to do with time, there's always going to be some kind of consequence on the other side. That's the same thing that happens in Heirs of Isildur and the Perilous Prospects.
Absolutely. Very cool. Amanda.
I think that it's worth rewatching if it sounds interesting. Just keep in mind to kind of put some guard up against all of the isms that happen in there. Maybe look for them, talk through them, that kind of thing, to make sure that they don't seep in. The more things we expose ourselves to, the more they subconsciously start building, which is not good. Skip 2. Sorry, Matt, and go to 3. Just like read the synopsis for 2 so you know what's up. It was not a good movie. Go to 3. 3 is a good movie.
Hey, I can roll with that. I can roll it.
Steph, did you say that 2 was the, like, or you said script wise 2 was great?
Well, from what I've heard, I mean, and that's not my personal opinion. I think 1 and 2, they say that, like, script wise 1 and 2 are like,
okay.
The
Yeah, because I was like,
that's what
1
they
and 3.
Say.
Like,
that's not what I say.
I think 3 is absolutely my favorite. I definitely but like the reason that you gotta watch, you should watch 1 so that you can fully enjoy 3. But you can skip 2. Like 2,
but like screenplay wise and the way that it's written, it's highly regarded, and like in film school they often study.
Yeah, it's not the script. Like, I mean, yeah, the technical.
Terrible.
But the technical precision of the script is one whole different thing than like the, is this a good story to be telling? Like, I guess so, like, because I mean, I've seen things that are piles of garbage, but like the technical precision is there and it should be good, and yeah, but like the content wasn't quite right. So I mean, I'm very curious about like the being taught in film school. Like, I'm curious about what about it makes it worthy of being taught like that.
Oh,
and maybe we should do a deeper dive in this. Yeah,
that sounds very interesting.
One of these days, we're gonna start another show that's just like, remember all those weird little tangents we went on? Like, this is the show that discusses those in more depth. And
let's talk about time travel for real.
Oh, we can't do that until Brian comes back, because he would be crushed. We would destroy his life if we talked about time travel without him. It's probably already killing him that he's not a part of this conversation.
Yes.
So we'll have to do a time travel thing for Brian at some point.
Should we get into the quiz?
Yes, let's do that. Anybody who wants to play that's watching, you got like 10 seconds. Because you can. Anybody who's watching, you can totally play. You just got to jump in. Follow the instructions on the screen. Time's up. I'm hitting the start button. You had your chance. We did not talk about this one.
Mm-mm.
We didn't, and that's a big thing about that poor dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, y'all got it right, but this is gonna come down to who's the fastest, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I hesitated.
Yeah, no, that's a big.
This one could be a confusingly worded question, to be fair. Oh no, y'all got it right. It's cool.
I was looking for a trick answer of like it had a different name.
Oh yeah, this is, yep, y'all are getting them right. This is just gonna 100% come down to who's the fastest at answering.
Yeah, not anymore.
Ooh, I'm gonna say this.
Ooh, I got that one right.
That's
Yeah.
a little bit of a trick question because it's not what time the clock said it was. It was what time Doc Brown said it was.
Right, but then I'd remember how many
Yeah.
minutes, and I
Yeah.
didn't. So I was just like, well, it's got to be this one.
That's okay.
This one's another randomly obscure one.
Yeah.
I got
Yes,
it.
agreed.
And it's, oh, somebody jumped in. Cool. I don't
Greg.
know who Greg is, but thanks for joining
Yay,
us.
Go,
Greg.
Greg. Go, Greg. You can do it.
We're just, like, we're only just halfway through now, so you could win this.
I don't actually know.
In the auditions. Ooh, this is hard because they do. Oh,
Dang it.
Nobody got that one.
I
Wow.
all of these
Wrong
songs were in
direction.
the movie except for Mr. Sandman. Dang it!
I went the wrong direction on that one. Should have known. That's what it was.
Same.
Yeah, he's up like at the end of the intro
Thank
sequence. He's
you.
playing the song with his band. Yeah,
Thank
and they're just
you.
too loud.
Oh crap! I should have known that one. Trying to go too fast and not
Yeah,
get out
that's the
fast
thing.
button to
I
buy
go
a
too
band and I
fast.
put a dumb answer there.
Yep.
I almost put Libyan just because it said organization.
Oh, I know this one.
Hmm.
Which is ridiculous that this was what it was going to
Yeah.
be called.
Why? I
I
would love
don't-
to hear the
it's-
reasoning on this.
I don't know.
It was
And
literally
that's-
because of the one scene where
The
Marty
one
is in
kid,
the
yeah.
space, the spacesuit with his dad. That's
And then
Yes.
what his dad's book is
Yeah.
called. And so it would have been the
Absolutely, yeah.
tie-in. But
that is one thing.
We just talked about this in the
Yes.
earlier. The Twin Pines Mall.
Twin Pines Mall. That's
And
where
look at- see
all the
this
cool
Greg-
kids hang out.
Greg is doing pretty good for jumping in after the first couple questions. This
Yeah,
is
right?
good. If you win this, that would be awesome.
Oh, I just.
That would be
I hit the
wild.
wrong button.
Oh no!
Oh,
It
what?
is a bit of a trick one, isn't it?
it is.
Einstein!
Matt, it was Einstein is the 1985 dog. Copernicus is the 1955 dog. You got it
Nice.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
dogs in
wild.
between. Oh, good Lord, who knows that?
I
Fair.
almost said,
Okay,
dang
that
it,
makes
fair.
the fact that they didn't use a Toyota truck for the Libyans even weirder.
because that's when he comes back and he's like, "Oh my god, my life is so great. I have this amazing truck and my family's rich." And
Hey, yeah, his family's rich, but all you could did like you wanted a fucking Toyota. Come on,
Yeah.
like
There
branding
was,
much.
there was a time.
It's
There was
the
a time when the
douchiest
Toyota 4
car,
everybody
too.
wanted that thing, so
the
that's crazy.
douchiest car, I'm like, Marty.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose in 1985. See, look at that. Like Greg started after we started the quiz and still managed to come in third.
That's
That's
why
pretty
I don't like
cool.
these quizzes because I got a lot right, and the grade came in halfway through, and I'm like, how am I last?
Yeah,
It's
it's all,
just-
yeah. It really kind of sucks that it comes down to how fast you answer.
I don't like that because I
Yeah.
don't read fast.
Yeah, that's
That's
Yeah.
not my fault.
And I would love to get in there because it would like the number of points scored would dramatically change if I could figure out how to
Yes!
turn that off. And I'd like to turn that off because it
I
doesn't seem
feel
fair.
like-
Some people
Another
have a
reason
lot of
to find a
latency.
different platform.
I feel
Yeah.
like when we did Jurassic Park or Jaws, I did not win because I did not read fast enough. I'm like, listen,
Yeah.
there is
Yeah.
no. I'm like,
Yeah.
listen, everybody. I'm like,
I feel like there has, and I'm
I'm
thinking
like, listen,
that.
there's nobody that knows it as much as I do. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think any of us would
But
ever
I'm
dispute
just
that.
looking. I'm like, what is the thing?
And that's I think that it's a paid feature to
It's
turn
okay.
off
It's
that
okay.
timed
It's
thing.
fine.
Because I would
okay.
love to turn it off. Because that's why Brian keeps winning. Sometimes
I'm
he
saying
literally
he's a speed reader.
yeah, he's told us that he just picks A every time just to see if it can still win him the game. And like, I mean,
fair.
right? Like, it's not exactly cheating, but at the same time, isn't it? Let's all shit on Brian because he's
I
not
think
here to
it's
defend
cheating.
himself.
But it's
Brian, why you not here?
I say
Brian,
this all like in fun. I'm
We're
laughing.
gonna say Brian did so bad tonight that even if he wasn't here, he still would have scored the same amount of points.
Yeah, he would have.
I don't know what it is, but it's okay. It's all in good fun.
Oh, and now he's gonna come back next week and then just revenge for all of us. And I fucking gave him admin privileges on here too, so now we're all screwed.
You should
Okay.
okay, so like it's Halloween. You should do like a fun, if you do like a fun Christmas movie, I've got some. Have you done Die Hard yet?
We have not done Die Hard. We actually have been kind of discussing what movies we want to do for Christmas because like
If you want to do Die Hard,
there's
I will
what
do
is there
that.
3 months in, or
Right.
3 weeks in December that we were talking about.
Yep.
And then like the one between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
We're doing the mega quiz. So that'll be our holiday hangover one.
If you do Die Hard, not saying that you do, but if you do, because there's a million Christmas movies that you could do. But if you do,
Yeah, I mean, like, well, there's that big
Well, my
debate about
family-
is Die Hard a Christmas movie, which means that
I know.
we gotta do it, right? Like,
I'm
we
saying,
should just talk about Die Hard every year at Christmas time.
I'm saying it's
Oh, yeah.
it's a big debate, but I will be there.
We kind of want to do a double feature one where it would be Love Hard and Die Hard. And
Ah,
Fuck is Love Hard? What's
Love-
Love Hard?
Love Hard is a rom-com that references Die Hard
Oh my
as
God.
whether or not it's a
Yes.
Christmas movie. It was part of the dialogue of the movie. So it'd
I-
be really cute, you know,
I'm in.
duo, getting the rom-com in and Die Hard. And
I'm totally in.
look at Amanda throwing blows from the jaws to the nose with another good idea at the end of the show.
No, I
Boom.
love it, but Die Hard is my movie. It's I
Let's
watch it every
do
Christmas.
that. Why is it on like Netflix or something that we already
I know.
have?
I've
or
never
do
heard of this. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
yeah.
have
it's
to
on-
buy
I'm
it?
pretty sure it's Netflix.
Okay.
I
We'll
would
go.
watch
We'll go.
Fuck it,
look.
let's do
I will
it.
say. I will say there's probably a 95% chance that when you go onto your TV and look for it, it's going to be like, it's here, but you can rent it for $6.99 or buy
Yeah.
it for
Yeah, no
$9.99.
shit.
Why do I
so
have all these
annoying,
channels?
especially with Amazon. You're like, I pay like $140 a year, but
Yeah.
you still have to rent.
And now you want me to pay an extra $4 so I don't see your commercials anymore.
Yes!
that you never used to ding me for.
I
Mm.
know.
How about
Anyway,
y'all are making me want to be a
question.
pirate again? Okay.
If you do Die Hard,
Our matey.
Let's
Yeah.
sail the friendly seas. Okay, I have the schedule up right now, and like I have Die Hard listed as like December 1st,
Mhm.
and we could totally do a double feature of that.
I would love
I
it.
think that would be funny because
I
it
would
ties
so
in
do
the two genres so well.
I know.
Let's
that
just
Matt
go ahead
has
and add
been on
that.
the show
Okay.
more than it, but I will do it if you'll have.
Okay, does that mean we have to do a double quiz?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think you at
Or-
least have to do a
I'll do
mini.
whatever.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
at
let's
least
do
do
a
whatever.
double quiz. That way you get two different winners that night, or Brian gets to win twice.
Oh, there we go.
Probably.
Don't worry, I'll put it with the Wi-Fi.
I'm honestly
I'll
up
put
for
the Wi-Fi
whatever.
stuff.
I'm
Just-
up for
I
whatever.
would just be
I'll
like,
have my
oops,
Christmas
Brian got
tree in the
disconnected. I don't know what
background.
happened.
I've got my jack-o'-lantern in the background now. I'll have my Christmas tree in the background, and we'll just do that.
I'm gonna just go ahead and put Steph down as a yes for that one.
Stephanie has come put the Die Hard lore into our heads.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to discuss who's gonna write which quiz. Like, if we're gonna do the double quiz, we're gonna have to
I like
discuss
that.
the writing
I'm
of the
good with that.
quiz.
Let's do it.
And
I'm good with that.
oh man,
Well, I can write them. I want you to play.
Ooh, that's a good one. Since it's Amanda's idea, and I like that idea.
Yeah,
That is
not
ideal.
trying to make more work for other people.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm always like expecting to write the quiz. So when somebody else writes the quiz, it's really nice for me.
You do
Which-
have good quiz questions, though. I
Thank
will
you. I have had a couple of bad ones, but like I appreciate that everybody's enjoying these because
No,
I
you
do
can
put
always
like
do it.
I do put way more effort into them than I really need to. So I
They're
appreciate
really
that
good.
they're
to
appreciated.
the point where I'm like, did you get these from like a site? Like they're really good.
Yeah,
I would say this,
I'll
if you're-
admit sometimes I have to Google to get a little help.
That's okay.
But
if your day job doesn't work out, you might be able to get a job as a quiz maker.
Quizmaker.
There we go.
If only that was a job.
yeah,
Amazing
it
job.
must be somewhere, right?
On Fiverr, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
there's so many fart noises coming out of my face right now.
Ah.
Like, just all the fart noises.
All right,
Okay.
well, I'm going
All
to
right.
come back for Die Hard.
Absolutely.
I literally
Okay,
made it happen.
But before Die Hard, we have to watch Tron. That's next week. And
Yep.
Ed and Dash are coming back next week to talk about, we talked about the soundtrack for Tron on their show a couple weeks ago, and now they're coming to our show, and we're going to talk about the movie. And I got to go see it. I haven't seen it yet.
I am looking forward to what everyone thinks.
I am, like, based on the wildly differing opinions I've heard about this movie so far, I cannot freaking wait to see it. Do I have to watch the other ones first to get this one? 'Cause
I think you have to
haven't.
have watched Tron Legacy. I don't know for sure, but I
That's
think you have-
fair.
It references a lot of the original Tron, and you will miss some of the homages to it if you have
Okay.
not seen it.
Okay, that's fair.
Fair.
Well, I'll try and squeeze those in somewhere. And then after Tron, that's November 3rd to November 10th, Todd Vecino's coming back, and we're gonna talk about Ghostbusters and Power Broker,
It's a good
which just so
damn
happens to be
thing.
published by some people I know.
Ghostbusters. That's great.
And yes, I'm actually weirdly excited about Ghostbusters, and it's too bad we couldn't fit that in October because it's fucking
I know,
Ghostbusters,
that's-
right? But
Okay.
it'll be fine. It
It's fine.
fits well.
October 31st is when you find out about the ghost. November is when you call the Ghostbusters.
It's always Halloween.
There you
though.
go.
It's okay.
You know what? Yeah. See, that's just one of the many reasons we keep Amanda around. Okay. And then after that, Nick Edwards is gonna come, and he hasn't picked a movie yet, so we'll wait and see what he has to say. But-
Wild card.
and then we're gonna do Ed and Dash again for Wicked, and then Christmas.
Yeah,
Wicked.
Wicked.
I know, right? Wicked. And I don't like that I picked, I just was like, hey, let's schedule it in for fucking the Monday after opening weekend, meaning I'm gonna have to go when people are singing in the theater, and that's,
I'm so there. In
it's just
fact-
that I've never
In fact,
seen
I
the
may already
play.
have my tickets.
I would be all for the singing, except
may
that I've
already have
never
my
seen it.
tickets. November for it. It's,
And I hope that they're going to have, like, specific showings that are for
They
the
do.
ones, people who want to sing,
So
because
is
they
it
did
bad-
not have that last time.
Is it bad
really?
form to throw pink or green gummies at the people who are singing to make them stop?
It's
It
never
depends on
bad
if
form to
you're
throw candy at people.
team Alphaba or team,
And be
Maybe
like,
we'll do
yes,
just a mix.
throw
It'll be fun.
pink when you want them to shut up during Galinda's songs, and then throw green when you want them to
Yeah.
shut up
There
during
you go.
Elphaba's songs.
Thematically appropriate, correct?
There you
They
go,
have, like,
exactly.
specific like singing showings. which
Yes,
kind of
absolutely.
Yeah,
Make specific ones for it.
No
and
one sang
almost
in my
into
theater.
it. That's great.
yeah, I'm all for that, and that.
Yeah.
But as long as everybody shuts up during the non-singing ones, because again, I love that you guys are enjoying this movie. I really do. That is
Oh,
not
I
why I
don't
have a
sing.
problem with you
Like-
singing. I have a problem with you singing because I've never seen this show before. Okay. Please don't sing during the opening weekend. Please don't sing during opening weekend. If
That
you're
would
gonna
just
sing,
be rude
wait.
and annoying. Don't
Yes.
do that.
Yeah,
And that's
Like,
literally the
finish
only
the
reason.
show.
Otherwise, I'd be singing right along with y'all. I would.
yeah. When it's the 20th run or what have you, that's
Yeah.
lovely. But
That's
Or
you're
like
coming
that's
to-
why they have the sing-along showings. Yeah,
you
like
want
I'm
the
yeah,
full
like
experience of the people who did the original singing in the theater to like
Yes.
wash over you.
yes, that's what I would like.
Which is so amazing that there's cameos from the originals in it.
I heard there's a lot of good cameos. So it'll be very interesting.
I
And I
like-
hope I quite enjoyed the first one, so I hope that the second one's is good. So all right, everybody.
Spoilers.
Before
All
we leave, one more time. Back Heirs of a Steel Door. At least go look at it. And if you don't want it back, and if you don't have any money, we get it. We totally understand. But like, go share it. Go share it
Yeah.
on your Facebook or your
There we
Instagram
go.
or whatever.
Spread the good word.
Comment if you see Steph and Matt's posts. Comment, share, like, do all that stuff because that really does help. Like we would not bullshit you. That is the truth. It helps.
Boost the
And-
signal.
What?
Boost the signal.
Those are
Yes,
signals.
exactly.
Yeah.
Can't stop the
You can't
signal
stop
now.
the signal, Mal. All right. So with that being said, everybody come back next week and have a good rest of this week. and we'll see you later. Bye.
Sounds
Thank you.
good.
Bye.
Why doesn't my stuff ever work right when I need to? Okay, bye. We're leaving now.
Bye again.